Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you, and today we are going to be taking a look at the HIS HD 7790, and this is an entry-level gaming graphics card. It's got 1GB of GDDR5 memory. It's capable of Eyefinity, although I will say from the very get-go with this that the Eyefinity on this, yes, it can support 3 screens, but it wouldn't really be for gaming on 3 screens. Although this would be perfect for a low power workstation if you had multiple monitors, you know, say if you did web design or something like that, it would be absolutely perfect for that. I personally use 3 screens, and I could use this without a shadow of a doubt because I don't game on my main rig. But anyway, it does support 4K times 2K for the massive resolutions, but again, that wouldn't be for gaming, that would be for just watching silly resolution films as and when the screen prices and stuff comes down. Does support HDMI. Also a good point with HDMI is if you plug this into your telly, HDMI does support it transfers sound with the video as well. So if you plug it into your TV, then it will put the audio of the film or whatever that you're watching across to the TV at the same time without needing any extra cables. This is the turbo version, which means it's got a slight overclock, but if we flick it round, on the back of the box it says many things about Eyefinity technology and all the kind of stuff that we were talking about before. It is PCI Express 3, although it is backwards compatible. You can put it in a PCI Express 2 slot if you want, and because it's a lower power one, it won't be held back or you know, bottlenecked, for want of a better term, by using it in a PCI Express 2 slot. And then it's more saying about the Eyefinity technology and HD 3D technology, because it will support 3D with third-party drivers. You can crossfire it, power and play, and power tune technology. So there's lots of bits and bobs going on with that. But what we need to do is we need to get the box open finally. There isn't really a lot in the box, to be fair. We've got a driver CD in here. We've got a DVI to VGA adapter, a very basic install guide, and then the GPU we will get down to. Now, I'm going to get rid of all of the boxes and we'll get just down to the GPU. You can hear everything falling off the desk by the side of me. Now, the GPU, the reason why I wanted to take a look at this one is because it's actually got a fairly full shroud on it, whereas the ones that we've looked at previously haven't, and I think the looks of them were held back slightly because of it. When you look at it from the side, you can still see an openness of the PCB here, but it's a much better cover, I find. I think I much prefer the look of this. The fan obviously blows down and blows out and around. It doesn't just get exhausted out the back of the card, so you will need to make sure that you've got relatively good airflow in the rest of your case. But something else to point out with this HIS model is I may not be able to see, but there's a MOSFET heatsink just here, this black thing, and it's actually twice the height of the one that I've seen on the reference cards and the VTX 3D card that we did previously as well. So the MOSFET should get better cooled because that's higher up and will be able to pick up some of this airflow better. Now, many of you may be a bit disappointed that it has got a blue PCB, but if your motherboard's got a blue PCB or you've not got a window in the side of your case, it's really not going to make a massive amount of difference. If we have a look around this side, we can see that we've got 2 DVIs, then we've got HDMI, and then a display port. Because it does support 4K resolutions, that also means it supports 2560 by 1440 and 2560 by 1600. And then obviously with your Eyefinity, that'll be, if you had three 24-inch screens, that'll be 5760, or is it 5? Yeah, I think it's 5760 by 1080. I can never remember the exact numbers, but it will support all of those fine. Obviously, if you do start running multiple screens and stuff, you are going to have to start thinking about the third screen will need an active DisplayPort adapter, but that's, you know, really, you can pick those up for £20 now. And the Eyefinity technology, if you run it just as a desktop, so you have 3 separate screens, it's actually a brilliant workstation type of card as well, because that's what I use mine for. I actually really like the kind of the shroud on this. It's a little bit more understated. We've only got the HIS sticker there, not HIS kind of hidden anywhere else. Something I will say though, gaming wise with this card, if you were going to use it for a gaming card, you will need to turn your settings down. Anti-aliasing, this card's not going to benefit, you know, from using very well. So I would stay away from anti-aliasing and turn your settings down a little bit. The best way to get your frames per second up with this card, if you're running 1920 by 1080, would be to reduce the resolution. Then you may be able to tweak the other bits and bobs, but it really depends on the settings that you want to run from it. It is a lower end card, so you're not going to be able to max Crysis out with this. But if you are willing to sacrifice the anti-aliasing or maybe even reduce the resolution a little bit, you'll be surprised how many frames per second you will be able to get from this. Anyway, we are 30 seconds over time, so I need my bum slapped. This is Tiny Tom Logan with another RushKit video for you. Out.